Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another one of our videos. We do apologize for completely ghosting on you guys. We're not sure what we're going to call this video. That's a scam. Let me silence my phone. We're not sure what we're going to call this video, but basically you'll have an idea of what we're talking about in the title of this video. And I'm not going to do much of the talking in this video. I'm going to let Erica do it because this is something that impacted both of us, but probably did affect her the most just because she's the one caring. So we just been going through a bunch of crap in our life basically, and this was a really big part of it. And I don't know, I'm sure a lot of you would understand that this set us back pretty bad, and we didn't want to announce it and everything yet until like our second checkup and all that. So I'm gonna let Erica just take it from here. So
on February 2nd, which is 3 days before Kylan's birthday, I asked Pat to get me a pregnancy test because the week leading up to that, my nipples were leaking colostrum out of nowhere. Like I did breastfeed Kylan, but after I cut him off completely, I didn't leak anymore. Like I wouldn't, I could press or whatever and nothing would come out. But a week before I took my pregnancy test, I was just leaking randomly.
yeah.
And me and my 3 besties were on our same period cycle, almost like we're right after another. And they were saying oh, I'm on my period, and I still hadn't gotten mine. They were like, oh my god, you're pregnant. And I was like, no, sometimes it's a little late, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, girlie, you're pregnant. So I asked him to get me a pregnancy test, and he got me one that it was the digital and another one that came with the markings, the plus or the negative. The digital immediately came out pregnant. It didn't even finish loading to the last bar. It just said pregnant. So I was like, okay, I know I'm pregnant. And I showed it to Pat, and Pat was not surprised. He was like, I knew you were pregnant because of my leaking boobs. And then the next day, just in case, I took another one, and it also came out pregnant immediately. It didn't even load or anything like that. It just came out plus.
It had good Wi-Fi.
It had good Wi-Fi connection. And then I didn't know how far along I was, but everyone was joking oh, it's the Disney baby. We conceived when we went on our Disney trip.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's true. I think we conceived maybe the week or weeks before. I
honestly think it happened at Disney.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't. I don't think so.
Who knows? No one really knows when baby we were made, honestly.
Yeah. So then, a couple days later, on the 6th or something, I called my doctor. They scheduled an appointment. They put me at 5 or 6 weeks or something like that. So that weekend was Kylan's birthday party in Warrenton, which was when we announced to my parents that I was pregnant, which I was scared. The bitch was scared.
Yeah, but they took it really well, actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they took it well. I don't know. It reminded me of the first time that I told them that I was pregnant.
I mean, it couldn't compare. The first time was scary, but the second time I was just I was ready to tell them. I was the one more excited to tell them than Erica was. I was like, let's just do it.
It just brought me flashbacks, but they didn't react in any negative way at all. They were happy about it.
Yeah, Erica's dad was just oh, I'll keep Kyla and you guys can watch the new baby.
Yeah.
So that's from a standpoint of them being pretty excited.
Yeah. And then the next day after that, we told his mom, and she was excited as well. Mm-hmm. And then, but the first people who did know, who we told, was Matt, Amanda, and our group of friends. Yeah. They were the first people that really knew before our parents. Yeah. And then I had my first doctor's appointment where they put me at 7 weeks. No, yeah, 7 weeks. They just did a bunch of blood tests. My levels were good and high. They put me back on hypothyroid medication because I was off of it for a while. Yeah.
So that's another reason why Erica's been gymming a lot, but she can't lose that weight because of her thyroid.
Yeah.
But she already lost 3 pounds?
Yeah, I've already lost since being on the medication.
Since being on the medication. So that was a huge wall for her.
Yeah.
But she's doing good now. I can just see it even in her face she's losing a good amount of weight.
So get on your thyroid medication if you need it.
Yeah,
because
it's pretty crazy. I didn't know how like crucial that stuff is on like your body.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I was taking it for granted. I was like, no, I don't need this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But lo and behold, I do.
Yeah, so definitely look into it. If you have like any type of thyroid, like look into it. You could be working out basically for nothing, and this is just stopping you. And
there's a certain way you need to work out too. Like you're not supposed to do like intense, like your heart rate like super pumped. Like you're not supposed to be doing that. Like weights are amazing, and low impact cardio is amazing. For sure. And it can also lead to infertility if you don't get on medication. But anyways, so they put me on that medication. I was cool. I was chilling. I was on prenatal. And then I was feeling pregnant. I was definitely feeling pregnant. My nipples were still leaking. I was getting light cramping, no bleeding. I had really intense tailbone pain. Like as soon as I found out that I was pregnant, I had a really intense. I still have it now, even after what happened.
Yeah, for the longest time, I thought she was just lifting incorrectly at the gym, but I would watch her, and you can. It's actually recommended to work out. Obviously, when you're pregnant, I've seen girls with full-on bellies, weight training. It's actually recommended because it helps when giving birth. But obviously, you want to do workouts to where you're having any belts or anything, or even the hip thrust where the belt's on your belly. Those aren't recommended because you're basically suffocating the baby. But so like for the longest time, I was telling her like there's nothing that she did that affected the outcome of our baby. But yeah, well, we went to the first checkup, and then
they said it was probably just because of the baby, like the placement of the baby. I thought that it was because we were having twins. Yeah. I was like, oh my god, it's because I'm having twins. Obviously, because I feel different. But they said like, no, it's probably nothing, just the placement of the baby, whatever. But then I went to my, I guess it was like my 8-week checkup, something like that. Oh, but I was supposed to be almost 10 weeks. Almost 10 weeks. I was like 9 weeks and like 5 days, something like that. So I was about to turn 10 weeks. But this was labeled as my 8-week appointment, which was the first ultrasound. So Matt stayed and watched Kylan while me and Pat went to the ultrasound. And I thought everything was fine. I took the urine sample that they make me do. They took us to the back. And the lady was like, oh, it's your second pregnancy? Like, just like talking casually. She did an ultrasound like on my belly, not a transvaginal one. Which was strange because I normally get transvaginal ultrasounds. I did throughout my whole pregnancy with Kylan.
Yeah. But they said at that point, when I guess 8 weeks, they
can see it clearly.
They do it clearly on the belly. Vaginals, like if it's too early and they can't see it. Yeah.
So they did that, and she stopped talking a little bit, and then she started explaining because on the screen we could see the uterus obviously, and then we could see, I guess at this stage it's called a fetus, not like a baby.
Yeah, a baby. Yeah, but it's super tiny. It was like a bean.
It was
basically.
A bean.
And I don't know. She was like, she kept moving around. She's like, She was just like trying her hardest to like give us the answer we want to hear. Like, oh, your baby's healthy and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But then it just got quiet. And I'm just like, what's going on? Like, why is she not telling us? Like, why is she not telling us good news right now?
Yeah. And she was explaining like because I guess if they can't hear the heartbeat, they look for it through the blood flow. They can see the blood flow. Yeah. And she was not seeing blood flow. Any
type of blood flow at all.
Nothing. And she said that unfortunately the baby probably passed like a week prior when I was 8 weeks and something days. And that's it. And she gave us a little bit of time. I was crying. Pat was crying. I was freaking out because I was like, oh, what the fuck? Because when you have a miscarriage, a typical miscarriage, you have some sort of symptoms. And I was not having any sort of symptoms. My mom has previously had a miscarriage, and she had very severe symptoms. But that's why they labeled my case as a missed miscarriage, which is when you don't really have symptoms.
Yeah, that's the thing. I looked into it.
Yeah.
You don't always have to show like the symptoms of a miscarriage to have a miscarriage.
Which is crazy. I never would have thought it happened to us because I did have a healthy pregnancy with Kylan. And we're both young and, we are pretty healthy. So I was like, this is strange. But they took us into a separate doctor's office and they explained it to us because I was blaming it on either I got a flu shot prior, like a week prior, when I was 8 weeks. And so I was like, maybe it's the flu shot. Maybe it's my hypothyroid.
It could. Honestly, you don't really know at this
You don't
point
know.
what it could be.
They couldn't give us a straight answer.
There's no straight answer.
They just kept saying it's not me.
Yeah, but we found out that they actually do autopsies on the fetuses, and they can actually tell you exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So that's what we're kind of trying to do now to get more information about it, just get some more disclosure.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, we just want to figure out what happened and just.
They said it could have been a chromosomal abnormality.
Yeah.
Like the pregnancy wasn't very healthy, so my body was like, no,
Yeah.
abort,
But
abortion.
they said, like, I asked them so many questions, like, does this happen a lot? It's actually pretty normal. It sucks for a woman to have to go through this, and like especially like why I'm home now. I've been home for the past 2 days because Erica had to get it removed, and they had to scrape her uterus and all that stuff. And
well, at that appointment, they gave us 3 options. They said you could wait 2 weeks. You could take a pill, which helps you
like flow it, like just use the stool.
Yeah, you get rid of the baby naturally.
Mm-hmm.
I say baby. To me, it's a baby. We were fully attached. We were fully prepared for like a baby.
Yeah.
We were thinking of everything. So I'm gonna say baby. But the pill helps you get rid of it. But it's a lot more emotional because obviously Pat would be at work, and I'd be home all day with Kylan, and I would just see them in the toilet.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't know. I think it's just like it's people's preference.
Yeah,
like,
it definitely is.
I mean, if some people are stronger to do that, others aren't. It's just like I think it's weird to have to like, flush it down the toilet.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do at the hospital. They could honestly, we don't know.
Maybe,
they could have just flushed it down the toilet too.
At the the third option was the surgery.
Yeah.
We opted to wait 2 weeks because if there's a slight chance of hope.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. They give women an opportunity. Like there is a risk of having like obviously an infection and the stuff that can be really can really damage you for even future pregnancies. So they don't really recommend you wait too long. So we waited it was like a week and a half.
We waited 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks, and then we just wanted to get a double check basically ultrasound, but this time they did a vaginal one, and it did confirm that the baby was starting to shrink now. Yeah. So the baby just stopped growing out.
Because
8 weeks.
At 8 weeks, and at our last ultrasound, what he's saying is, I was supposed to be 12 weeks, meaning that the baby has already been in me, with no blood flow or anything, for 4 weeks. Yeah. And my body still hadn't shown any signs of, trying to evacuate the baby. Yeah. I was still leaking. I was still feeling pregnant. So they, at that point, definitely suggested the DNC, which is dilation and something. I'm not sure what the C stands for, but...
They basically had to dilate her to 10, which is what
happened when I was
when you give birth. It's recommended that you dilate. And then, it's basically like she just gave birth again, which is that's crazy. So they dilate you.
They, suction out what they need to, and then they scrape the lining to make sure that nothing is left behind, because that can lead, again, to an infection or it can harm future pregnancies.
Yeah, pregnancies.
So for 4 weeks, well, realistically 2. I'm eating a Hostess right now. For 2 weeks, I had the baby in me and it was dead, and I was really emotional and I was crying a lot. Yeah. But eventually, just a few 2 days ago, I did have my DNC, which was really, really emotional. It's really hard, but luckily Pat was able to take me. Kylan went to Warrenton to be with my parents, so that I don't have to worry about him. He's well taken care of. Like, he's chilling, having a good old time.
Yeah, like he's just chilling with his grandparents, and they want to spend time with him, and we just wanted to. Well, I needed to put all my energy and time to focus on Erica. And basically just help her, get up and down the stairs, or just help her make sure she's relaxed, and because she still has a lot of cramps and stuff like that right now, just basically recovering. Because it's like the same thing, like I said, with giving birth. Women obviously need to take a couple of days to recover from that. Yeah. But
luckily, I was under anesthesia completely for my DNC, so I didn't feel anything or see anything. It's just now I have like the light cramping and a little bit of light bleeding. The first day was a little bit worse though. I did have a lot more cramping, and they prescribed
ibuprofen.
Yeah, ibuprofen to take every 8 hours, but I was taking it like every 5 hours because of the pain.
Yeah, it's pretty painful.
They gave me the option of like Percocet, I guess, or like something codone.
Something a little stronger.
Yeah, that's way stronger. But my family has a bad history with like depression and like those types of medications, so I opted no. I would stick with the ibuprofen. But now I'm feeling a lot better. But I do get dizzy, like lightheaded, and I see stars, which could be my anemia. But I'm not
you just
really
gotta
sure.
take it easy. You're just moving too fast.
Which is why he's here to like help me.
I'm kind of just here to help her, like, you know, make her food and do stuff that she shouldn't be doing. She should just be at like a bed rest.
Yeah. So overall, we did not get like a reasoning for why it happened. It could have been just like, you know, just something random.
Yeah, just natural causes too.
They said that in 4 weeks from my DNC, I have my post-op appointment, and that's when they will clear me for like going back to the gym or like sexual relations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think that there should be any problem with us trying to conceive again.
But
that's
we
up
would
to
have to
us.
wait a full cycle, basically.
My full period.
So it's like just pretending like she's pregnant now. We would have to wait the full period of the baby being born before we can try again, basically.
No, just a period.
A period?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have to wait like my next period, and then I
Oh, I
can start
thought
tracking
they-
my ovulation.
Okay. So I guess I'm wrong. I guess I heard that wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a lot of stuff we've been going through. That's why we have been posting. I'm sure you guys will understand, like I said. And we're going to try to post more. We're just working on a lot of stuff off camera. And we're looking at places right now because we are planning to move. I know, again, we move around a lot, but we just want to find a better space, basically, because like our creative minds and just like everything creative is just being like shot down right now. I just don't feel creative. I'm kind of just like moving with the flow, but I kind of want to get back into that rhythm of just pushing myself past my boundaries. And this is just a unfortunate setback that we have had. And if anything, it just makes us stronger. I can tell Erica's stronger. Like we're vulnerable at this moment, but we're going to use this to push ourselves past this, because like if we can overcome this, nothing else can bring us down.
Yeah. And if you guys have like, I might do like a more in-depth on my channel about like the DNC process, like more informative if women need that information. Because I watched a lot of videos, like miscarriage videos and like DNC videos, and those really helped me prepare, so that I know what to expect because of my anxiety.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. If you guys have any questions or anything, comment down below. And I think we touched everything, right? You have anything else you want to say? No? That's it? Okay, guys. We love you guys to death. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Pat. This is Erica. Kylan's currently with his grandparents. So he's growing up so fast. Like that's another thing too. We were so excited to have another baby because Kylan's just growing up so fast. But
he needs a sibling.
yeah, he needs a
humble
sibling.
him.
For sure, he definitely needs someone to play with. Hope you guys will come back to watch future videos of ours. And like I said, we love you guys to death. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your post notifications. But till the next video, guys. Later.